Design isn't just about how a place looks, it's about how it works, how it feels, and how it adapts to the people living in it. Today, homeowners want more than just modular wardrobes and kitchen cabinets. They want smarter layouts, personalized experiences, better transparency, and faster execution. And all of it without compromising on aesthetics. Hello and welcome to MBTV. I'm your host Smriti, and in today's episode of MB Dialogue, I'm joined by a guest who has witnessed this shift in design preferences firsthand. Joining me today is Mr. Narayanan Rajgopalan, Vice President Design at HomeLane. Hello, sir. Welcome to MBTV.
Thank you, Smriti. It's been a pleasure, and thanks MBTV too.
So, to begin with, what drew you to the world of design?
Well, Smriti, I should say childhood matters a lot. I think the kind of talents which you have since the very beginning is what kind of steers you to a creative field. So I think the initial years of sketching and the interest in art kind of led me towards the creative field. I stepped into the field of design with my graduation in architecture. And then I would say, you know, I would say exposure into the field of, I would say, set design, architecture, product design, animations, films as well. They kind of got me, I would say, into the creative fields. And then I went and specialized in industrial design with NID. And that's my beginning in the creative field.
So, you've seen residential interiors evolve over the years. What do you feel has been the most significant shift, especially post pandemic?
Let me talk about residential design first, and especially in context to India and our Indian users. I would say, you can correlate it with the fridge magnets. Nowadays, you can see that every household you go, you get to see a lot of fridge magnets, which means people are getting exposed. People are traveling. They're aspiring for new things with their lifestyles and things to do. And I would say post-pandemic or through pandemic, there's been a gradual transformation in the way people have lived lives within their homes. Now today, a home is not just a place where you go there, sleep, get ready, and get out to work. But you want to work from home. Uh, you also want to make sure that you are able to do a workout at home. So the same space transforms into multiple functions. You're looking at the same space trying to do multiple things for you, where you can cook, where you can spend time with your family, where you can invite your visitors, your friends over, and you could have a good time too. So the same space transforms into a party place too, and so on and so forth. So it's not just a place where it is confined only to your family and your friends, but it goes on to a larger audience, and also things which you are not doing at home before pandemic, and those are activities you're doing at home, right from workout, yoga, and other things which happen at home. So yes, those are the changes which are happening, and we are looking at the same space transforming and serving multiple functions for different users in the same household.
So, we are filming in a modern home interiors experience center today. What role do you think these experience centers play in customers visualizing and personalizing their dream homes?
Experience centers are a must. There's not one single decision maker in a household. It's important that every member of the family gets to experience what they're going to choose for their household. It is for the sole reason that we have an experience center. And today, I would say, a company like HomeLane, we have over 65 experience centers set across India. And each of these experience centers, they are different. They're not the same at all. We make sure that these experience centers are tailored to what exactly the regional demands would be, which means they're based on trends. They're also based on requirements and requests which the local crowd would look for. By and large, I'm talking about 95 percentile expectation. And these experience centers definitely showcase all the spaces you get to see inside a household. Whether it's a living room, a bedroom, a bathroom, or it could be a foyer unit, or it could be a kid's room. All of these spaces put together. And this experience center is important because you not just get to see the space, you not just get to see how functionality works within a kitchen, the different movements, whether it's an overhead counter or an under the platform unit, how you are going to access any of the corner spaces, etc. These all need to be experienced, and one needs to know what is it that they want in their household and how efficiently it's going to serve a functional need for them. And I would say that's how an experience center comes to play, to make sure that we are able to cater to the experience of the end user in each and every household.
So, customer tastes have evolved over the years. How does a design team balance this expectation with constraints like space, budget, and timelines?
We are an organized, I would say, design and build company. So, of course, design. There are a lot of new requests, and customers are always looking at something which is trending, and which is what they would want to see in their households. We definitely try to make sure that they are a part of our offering for the customers, definitely. And at the same time, there's a lot of back-end work which the organization does, and in terms of making sure that everything is streamlined, right from the kind of, I would say, materials that one chooses, the finishes that one chooses, the hardware that would go inside, the accessories that would be inside any of these fittings. So all of this are curated. They are something which our supply chain team continuously works on to make sure that it is always available to our customers. When our designers consult with any of our customers, and here is where we are leveraging heavily on tech, and we have built in our own platform called Spacecraft Pro. And here is where most of the design consultations happen. All the designers across India use Spacecraft Pro to make sure that they are able to quickly put together or simulate a space which the customer wants, and it transforms into a 3D visual which one can see, one can perceive, one can understand how the whole circulation arrives, how is it going to look, how is it going to functionally help them in terms of, I would say, storing, in terms of accessing any of their needs, whether it be a wardrobe or a kitchen. And at the same time, you also have our experience centers where you actually get to touch, feel, and look at materials, colors, finishes, etc. So, looking at a CMF library, which is present in physical form at the experience center, and looking at a visual which will give you a direct understanding of how that space is going to look like. And at the same time, it's also giving you a real-time pricing. The moment you get to see a space, how the wardrobes and everything is put up within your bedroom, you get to know what exactly is the price going to be. And this is how we are helping customers, making sure that they are able to realize the interiors of their space in a fast pace, and at the same time, they also get to see their budget. So they are able to take a call, which in a real-time fashion, and they are able to proceed smoothly. And we make sure that whatever you get to see is what you will get.
You're talking about technology. What are some exciting innovations in interior design that you're personally excited about?
I would say AI definitely is kicking in, and there are a lot of things which is going to get automated with the help of artificial intelligence. Now, say for example, today a customer walks in. They're already quite savvy. They already are aware as to what is trending and what is it that they would want to see from an aesthetical standpoint, how they would want their entire homes to look like. So they come with certain imagery, in their head, or something which they would already collate, saying that, I want to see my home like this. I want it to look like something which is Instagram worthy. So what we are trying to do at HomeLane is also to make sure that we are able to assist our customers really quick. We are also trying to build our own AI tool, which will allow, say for example, you are able to profile a customer, and we are able to automatically suggest what kind of designs would work for this customer. So they get to see a quick preset of that space, and they have, I would say, an immediate gratification of how the space is going to look like, and then we go ahead and do some quick personalization, I would say, improvements into that space so that they have a space which is going to be functional and something which can be quickly delivered to them.
When it comes to interior designing, especially the color palettes, lighting, materials, what trends do you see emerging in 2025?
I do see that users are demanding a lot out of their home spaces. And this is a shift which we have seen definitely through COVID and post COVID. We know that spaces are shrinking, our homes are getting tighter and tighter. So we are definitely trying to, I would say, we see that the same space transformed to serve multiple functions. For example, we are looking at a bedroom which could transform from, I would say, a workout zone to a workplace, and at the same time transform back to the bedroom towards the night time. And we are looking at, I would say, different kinds of people living in the same household, right from an elder parent, the working parent, the kids, and it has to kind of, I would say, gel well with all of them. So I do see that a good amount of people are looking at transformative spaces. So we are looking at space-saving furniture, which could definitely become the trend. And definitely, I would say we are also trying to make things a lot more inclusive. We never had a lot of, I would say, furniture, which would be, say, kids furniture. Kids starting, not the early born kids, but I'm talking about kids who are, post 6 or 7 years old. They have their own rooms, and they would want personalized interiors too. So we're looking at a huge shift where people are looking at building rooms for their kids. So junior living is definitely becoming an increasingly important ask. At the same time, we would also need to be inclusive for senior living. We have a lot of seniors who live and by themselves, of course, unassisted, and they are looking at, I would say, the kind of interiors which is going to help them live a lot more easily accessible spaces, not things which are ergonomically too far away from their reach. They would want, obviously everybody wants to live in a comfortable environment. So we would definitely want to make sure that, it's inclusive. It is definitely talking about all kinds of age groups, different types of user profiles who can start using spaces effectively. So yeah, that's what I get to see trending in spaces going further.
We would want to know, how does a design team infuse mood and emotion into a space?
A very valid question, Smriti, and you know, every home has a certain aura, and it's very important that we cater to that aura. And it's all about how a design. When, of course, a family walks in for a design consultation on how they would want their home interiors to be done, one of the first exercises which a designer does is to definitely listen to each and everybody and what is it that they're looking from the space. And through that conversation, a designer's a primary objective is to understand or grasp, what is it that they would require. Are they a lively family? Are they looking at a lot of colors, which is going to talk about, how young the family is and, how vibrant the energy is? Or is it going to be something which is very neutral, is going to, I would say, communicate, it's a very classy, sophisticated family. There are these different wants. Some may want to say that, I would want to bring the outside inside, which means a lot of greenery which is around in the house. And similarly, some may want to play around with lighting. They may want a different mood through the day, a different mood through the evening, just to make sure that the same living room space, I would say, transforms itself into a party place by the end of the day. So it's very important we understand what are the kind of activities which a user is going to perform in which area, and then try to create a mood board for that space, and ensure the customer kind of resonates with that mood board.
What role do you think location and geography plays in home interior designing?
We do see that people have differential tastes and preferences. Say, for example, the north of India. People do prefer that they would want a lot more elaborate living room, a lot more luxury, which is seen and that can be taken away, not just by the family but also by the visitors who come to their space. The same thing in South India. I know you will see a lot more, I would say, muted tones when it comes to your living room or any of the spaces around. But and it's not too loud or it's not too glamorous to look at. So yes, there is definitely a regional preference if we have to broadly summarize in that fashion. For example, even within Bangalore, you can say that if we are talking about Whitefield, we have a lot of people who are NRIs, who work in the IT field. They have lived abroad, they have seen, I would say, a lot more than India, and their requirements or their aspirations from a home interior standpoint is completely different. They would want to go with something which is a lot more classy. They would want to play around with neutral tones, trying to go around with bold accents, which will try and make their home look elegant, rich, and at the same time functional. But at the same time, we also have traditionalists who would, for the sake of love of wood, may want to see laminated finishes. I would say they would want to see wooden textures as a part of their home interiors. So, you would see a different change in terms of, I would say, usage, functional habits, which kind of directly impacts, how the home design transforms in different regions.
What is your one piece of advice to homeowners starting their interior journey today?
Home is a very personal space, and this is for absolutely any I would say, homeowner who would want to do their interior space. Firstly, it's a must. It's something which they should definitely spend a lot of thought and energy into, and trying to make sure that they get the right outfit, give it the right kind of time, and make sure that you get your purpose achieved from a functional standpoint. Definitely go for function first, because I think what works right is something which you will fall in love with. And of course, there are a whole lot of trending things. You have multiple finishes today, and you can definitely make a functional product look aesthetically good. But by and large, I would say concentrate on the functions, approach the right consultant who can hear you out, and then chalk out the right kind of space and products which will get into your home.
So that brings us to the end of today's conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Narayanan, for sharing such nuanced insights with our audience today.
Thank you, Smriti. Thank MBTV for this opportunity where I could share my journey and a few of my insights. Thank you so much.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who's designing their homes right now. And for more such expert-led conversations and real estate insights, don't forget to subscribe to MBTV. This is your host Smriti Pandey, signing off with camera person Tarak, and I will see you in the next video.